Hello again. You know, I just watched a little clip that a friend of mine sent me about McCain when he's in that town hall meeting here at Sun Lakes. I had an experience with McCain as well. Mine wasn't face-to-face. It was on a telephone when he was on KFYI, a radio station in Phoenix. I had made a couple of videos on that already. And I saw firsthand, I experienced firsthand how McCain is. Whenever he doesn't like a question, he attacks. And what he told me is what he told this other gentleman at Sun Lake, you know. You're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about. That's how he reacts. You see, he's a know-it-all. He knows everything about everything. Now he's trying to sell immigration reform. And what's happening in Arizona is that a lot of Mexicans expect immigration reform to kick in, you know. So what they're doing is they're crossing their border in droves because they expect to receive amnesty. You know, the whole idea is if you're not here, you can't get amnesty. And when the ICE agents, they don't even stop people anymore because they were ordered, I guess, not to stop them. And if a policeman stops them and they say, well, you know, how long have you been here? Oh, I've been here for like 10 years, you know. They don't verify it. So once they say they've been here, you have to leave them alone. I mean, this is insane. Totally insane. McCain's a flip-flopper, you know. That's why in a lot of the videos that I've made about him is I call him a rhino, because that's what he is. He's buddies with a guy that he co-authored the National Defense Authorization Act, which is totally unconstitutional. States have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars putting laws into effect to not allow it to affect their states. Both him and Carl Levine's a Democrat. Now, I don't understand how a loyal Democrat wants to be friends with a Republican, and I don't understand how a Republican senator wants to be friends with a Democrat. They're supposed to be in opposition with each other, you know? But they're not. These guys are bros. It shows you how screwed up the system is. McCain's been at this trough for, what, close to 30 years? I mean, it's a joke. These long-term senators and congressmen are all jokes. Jeff Flake, you know, yeah, he's going to do 2 terms. And then he did a 3rd term. Then he did a 4th term. Then he did a 5th term. He spent 10 years as a congressman. And then he jumped into the big arena, you know, where the big money is. Now he's a senator. And what did he usually vote? He didn't vote party line. He voted on the other side of the fence. That's what they do. It's totally insane. But you know what? None of it matters anyway, because I think this whole thing's going to blow up real soon. The whole thing is going to melt down. There's just too much going on. Too much going on. And McCain, he's just a glory hound hog. He just wants to be in front of the camera. He doesn't care about the people. None of them do. They're all multi-millionaires. They live in some Disneyland. McCain was asked when he was running for president, how many homes do you have? He didn't even know. You know? My friends, my friends, my friends. You're not my friend, McCain. You're not doing anything to protect the citizens in the state. You're doing nothing to protect them. Nothing. You're just wanting to get in front of a camera so they can see your pretty smile. And you don't have a pretty smile, by the way. It's crazy. The only place that people can work until they drop dead is in Congress. There's no other industry, there's no other profession that people work until they drop dead other than in Congress. Yeah. I mean, that's what they do. Most get carried out horizontally because it's such a gravy train position to have. You got all this money to spend on your constituents that you don't spend. You send them form letters because you don't have the time, or nobody has the time to answer their questions. I mean, it's a great job. You get a, what, a $4 or $5 million budget to blow on your offices. And what do you get done? Nothing. It's a complete farce. That's what it is. You know? You got 100 of you bozos running around with $5 million a pop. It's insane. We're getting nothing but a screw job. That's what we all get. The people are stupid. I was stupid to vote for people like you. Anyway, it's just real frustrating. It's all going to end soon, so it doesn't matter. This thing can't continue. The end is near for all of us.